Shalom, more praise to Yahweh, Shemel Shah, Double Apostle GMS. This is I'm Allah coming at you in the video. And in this video, I'm going to focus on the book of James, chapter 1, verse 12, about enduring temptation and things like that. Because that's, we all got to deal with that. We in the flesh, So you're going to be tempted to do different things, whether it's, something involving women, whether it's doing something with your family, whether it's, buying certain things, just various different things, being lackadaisical. Um, you know, some people gonna be tempted to not come out to camp, be tempted to come out late and make up some kind of excuse. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna undergo some sort of temptation, right? So let's get right to it. James 1 and 12. Blessed is the man that endured temptation. So guess what? You're gonna undergo some type of temptation. But the man that endures that temptation is blessed. Look at the word endureth. First, look at the word blessed.
Strong's G 3107. Makarios. Makarios.
Makarios. Let me see. Blessed refers to being divinely favored, holy, or experiencing great happiness and good fortune. So those that are blessed are favored in Yahweh Bashmi Shah. Okay? They have good fortune in Yahweh Bashmi Shah. Being blessed means experiencing divine favor, happiness, or spiritual prosperity. It signifies being fortunate, deeply satisfied, or protected by grace, often regardless of circumstances. So that's what it means to be blessed. When you're blessed, you prosper spiritually. Okay? You have divine favor, happiness, and you're protected by grace. So that's what it means to be blessed, So when it says blessed, or they have grace, divine favor, protected by grace, is the man that endures temptation. So if you endure temptation, you got favor in your how about you Shah. You're protected by grace. Look at what endureth.
Strong's G 5278. Hupamano.
Hupameno. To remain, to tarry behind. To remain, i.e. abide, not recede or flee, to persevere under misfortunes and trials, to hold fast one's faith in Yahushua, to endure, bear bravely and commonly ill treatments. So to endure, when you're enduring, you're persevering under misfortunes and trials that hold fast to one's faith in Yahushua. So when you're going through these trials in Yahushua, you're persevering under those misfortunes and trials. It's meant to hold fast your faith in Yahushua. Fast means tight, so hold fast means to hold tight. Like if somebody says fasten your seatbelt, that means tighten your seatbelt. So when you're persevering under misfortunes and different trials, that's meant to hold your faith in Yahweh Shah. That's meant to tighten up your faith. Look at the word persevere. To persevere means to continue in a course of action, especially in the face of difficulty, opposition, or failure. It is the act of persisting, and you can see the website right there where it comes from. It is the act of persisting with determination to achieve a goal despite obstacles or delays, often synonymous with persistence, tenacity, and endurance. So guess what? It says right here, to maintain purpose in spite of difficulty. So guess what? If you persevere under misfortunes, holding fast your faith, you continue in that course of action. In the face of difficulty, opposition, or failure. So guess what? If it feels like something if it's something that you don't feel like doing, that's related to the truth, you got to think about that. You got to persevere. You got to continue in a course of action in the face of difficulty, in spite of those misfortunes. You know what I'm saying? You got to be at camp at a certain time. Guess what? Get there at that time. If it take an hour to get there, don't leave at 2 or leave at 2:30, 2:45. Leave at 1:30, leave at 1:45. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be tempted to be lackadaisical and sit on your behind. But guess what? You still got to go out and do the work. So you're supposed to persevere. You're supposed to continue in that course of action, despite difficulty, opposition, and failure. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep in mind to this video, how about Shemir Shah? Look, man, if I do what's right in the eyes of the how about Shemir Shah, he gonna increase. I'm gonna be blessed for that. And guess what? That spirit of whatever that you're going through, the Most High, in return to you persevering, He'll take the spirit off of you. You know what? Remove that spirit of this guy being lackadaisical off him because he's fighting through it as opposed to giving in. He's persevering. Whatever, and it goes whatever this, it may be what you're going through. You know what I'm saying? You got to fight through it. That's why I said what? It's had a little more definition, but that was good. It says blessed, but you're gonna be blessed. See, that's what it is. You're gonna be blessed. Is the man that endured temptation. So guess what? He's gonna have divine favor. He'll be protected with grace because he's enduring that temptation. He's persevering. He's fighting through it in the face of difficulty and misfortune. He's continuing in that course of action. So if you continue doing what you're supposed to do, despite how hard it gets, the Most High can make it easier for you. So He'll take that spirit off you, that demon that's messing with you, take it off you because He see you fighting. See? So blessed is the man that endured temptation, for when he is tried, when you're going through those trials and your faith being tested, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love Him. So you persevere and do all of these different things, doing the work and living according to the scriptures. Guess what? You're gonna receive a crown of life, which is what? Salvation, deliverance, which the Lord hath promised to them that love Him. And we love the Lord, love the Most High to keep His commandments. I'll not be keeping His commandments. I'll not be doing what the scriptures say do. Yeah, there you go. 1 Peter 1:7, that the trial of your faith being much more precious than of gold that perisheth. So our faith is more than gold that perisheth. When I take gold and put it in the fire and then heating it up and the dross comes out, the dross is like various unwanted metals, tin, aluminum, so forth. They heat that gold up to certain temperatures and then all the dross melts out. That gold becomes high value. It's precious. Something that's precious is high in quality but low in quantity. But guess what? The trial of our faith is more precious than gold. It's of greater value because gold is really just a materialistic possession. The value that our faith has is even greater. Why? Because it's going to lead to something greater than material. Rather, it's going to lead to something spiritual, which is the kingdom of heaven. Though it be tried with fire, hardship, difficulty, persevering, right? You got to persevere through that. Might it be found to praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Yahushua, right? It's going to be found to praise, honor, and glory at the appearing of Yahushua, because when Yahushua come back, they're going to be delivered, okay? Those that undergo that trial of faith and that persevere. So everybody got to keep these scriptures in mind when you're going through what you're going through. You got to persevere. It's going to pass. Trust me. It's going to pass. Whatever you're going through, it's going to pass. It may take some time, but have faith. The Most High make it pass. Allow you to be able to deal with it. 2 Peter 4:7 and verse 8. I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. So the Apostle Paul did the work, man. Henceforth there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which Yahweh Shai, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day of his appearing. And not to me only, but unto all them that also love his appearing. We just read that in the previous verse. And that all goes to us persevering. The trial of our faith. We got to go to the trial of our faith so that what? We can be delivered, so we got that crown of life. That crown of righteousness. And they don't mean the Lord will come back and before he puts us on the chariot, he's going to put a crown all on our head. It don't literally mean that. It means that's a sign of our deliverance. We got the victory over this world. But not just the Apostle Paul going to see that crown. All of them Also, that love his appearing. That's talking about the elect. They the ones gonna love his appearing because those are the ones who the Lord coming to save. Okay. So right here it says the trial of our faith being much more precious than a fine gold that perisheth, though we tried with fire, might be found praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Yahweh. And then here it says, henceforth there was laid up for me a crown of heaven, 2 Timothy 4:8, which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day, and not to me only, but unto all them that love his appearing. So he gonna receive a crown at the Lord's appearing. And here it says, the trial of our faith gonna be found unto praise at the appearing of our Lord. So all of this ties into the trial of our faith. We gonna get that crown due to us persevering through the trials of our faith, the test of our faith. That's what trials are, test. Last verse, 2 Timothy 4:13. But rejoice in as much as ye are partakers of Yahweh's suffering. So we're partaking of Yahweh's suffering. We're going through it. We're going through it. Okay, we're partakers.
Strong's G 2841. Koinoneo.
Koinoneo. To come into communion or fellowship with, to become a sharer, to be made a partner, to enter into fellowship, join oneself, to associate, make oneself a sharer or preparer. So guess what? We're partakers. We're sharing what? Yahweh's sufferings. We're partaking in these sufferings, man. That when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. So when Yahweh shall revealed, we're gonna be joyful as well. He said the same thing, mentioned his appearing in the last two verses we went to. It's a little more I can get to, but that's the point. So this whole thing is a test, man. We just gotta pray Yahweh Shah to increase our faith so that we can pass these tests. So so that we be delivered. So with that I'm gonna close. And you know who come and say the elected nation of Israel. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans based upon your father's line. So with that I'm gonna close and say, oh praise Yahweh Shah, double line to apology and mess. I hope I learned something. Shalom.